Hey everybody, when we left off last week, we were working on our ELA 9B essay. So we are going to get back to taking a look at that. Here I go, oh, I'm shrinking. And also flipping around a little bit. Okay. Bring this on down. And we had been working on this pre-writing, and I had copied and pasted our prompt into the section up here, and we had started kind of a rough outline. I did it more in a paragraph form, and then I showed you guys how it worked as an outline. So if you haven't watched that video, please go back and go ahead, because then you'll kind of understand why we had done this pre-writing about characters in the Harry Potter series. So now we're going to go back to this quote, and it is, "Character is who you are in the dark." Now, to me, what that means is character isn't the clothes you wear, it's not the car you drive, it's the decisions you make to help an old lady cross the street even if no one's looking. It's the decision you make to give someone back their wallet with the money intact because you know it's the right thing to do and perhaps you've been stolen from, and so you're not going to do that to somebody else. Those are signs of your character. But if you have a hard time getting that out, okay, and not having these ideas right in your head, here's a good way to continue to brainstorm about this quote. So we'll go to Google and we'll type in character, and we'll spell it right, is who. And actually, now it's starting to pop up already, character is who you are in the dark, and we can click on it. And now we have a section on Reddit, and we could read what people are saying about it on Reddit. That might be a good source of information. We could go on to Goodreads, and maybe they say more about the quote, but maybe it's just a quote listed in a big long list of quotes. We have images. We have all these great, memes that people make. Characters, what you are in the dark, and you could post these on your Facebook. Now we have like TV tropes. That's not really something that it sounds like I would look into, but maybe you would. So as we keep going down, we have all these different uses of this quote. But this one, and you see it's highlighted, which perhaps means I've already looked into it, is Characters, Morals, and Integrity essay. And that sounds pretty academic, and it sounds pretty interesting. But even as I get to the bottom of my first page of Google suggestions, character is who you are in the dark story, so there might be a story about it, might be an essay that someone's written about it, or the meaning. Okay, these are all different links that I could click on to get more information. So let's see if I click on meaning, because that's really what we're looking for. Once again, this Bartleby essay comes up. So these are all different things you could read, all right, and get different ideas of. Here's someone asked on answers.com. Let's see what they said. What does character is who you are in the dark mean? And this person says, it means your thoughts, actions, doubts, fears, choices, etc. when no one is there to influence you. Completely alone with your own subconscious, vulnerable. If you are afraid when you are alone, then you are afraid of yourself, and ultimately others will pick up on that and play, but it comes from you. If you are happy with yourself and your own company, then you can be happy anywhere. It basically implies that we cannot know our own character until it is tested and been in the worst places, under stress. Then the rest is cruisy. Cruisy's a word, but close enough. I'm going to copy this. This is just a wiki user answer. It's not really something I would be using in a big formal paper as proof, but it's something that's giving me a bit of an idea of what I want to write about. So I'll just kind of copy and paste it right down here. And then somewhere near it, so that I know, maybe right ahead of it, I'll put from answers.com. And the reason I put it in big caps is so I can see it. I'll make it stand out. Again, if you were like in a library and you were writing these notes, maybe you would have changed your pen color there or something. But, subconscious is, we'll get that fixed. This is why you can't always believe the answers on answers.com, because those people make mistakes too. But this is a good idea to get our brain rolling on this. So let's go back here. And we are going to get rid of this. And we're going to go back to this essay, and we're going to click. Oh, sorry, my bad. I clicked on the wrong thing. I saw the purple, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's where I clicked before. Okay. We're going to go back to the Bartleby research essay. Now, Bartleby does not give you a complete essay unless you pay for it, but it's going to give me 3 pages, And it starts with, here's the hook. Remember, we learned about this with the last essay. Characters, morals, integrity, morals. Character, integrity. What do these words mean? Actually, the question is, do you have them? That's like the hook to get us into the paper. And then they say, a man named Dwight Moody once said, character is who you are in the dark. And then they begin to explain, you cannot see your character's integrity or morals. I said that backwards, but you get it. These are only shown as your values. Someone could only show their own values, which are important to themselves and everyone else. Integrity is the firm adherence of especially moral or artistic values. The way you show your integrity, character, and morals are how they affect you in a negative or positive way. There are many causes to how your values are. So, this is another section that could help me know a little bit more, and I'm going to say from bartleby.com. And I'm going to paste that idea there. And if we click show more content, it encourages you to have an account. So we can't click on that. We go back. Now we start with a different section. Laura stated, integrity affects you by being honest or not. If you are honest, then you have integrity. People who say they are going to do something, do it. You can now see that character, morals, and integrity are very important. Secondly, actually I'll highlight this because I do like it. Here we go. Secondly, people may think that their values may not affect them, but they're wrong. They affect them a lot. Since character describes how you are and how your moral strengths are, having bad character could make people dislike you because of how you are. On the other hand, if you have good character, then more people would see how good of a person you are, and even more people would like you. Morals sort of describe the way you make decisions, so having bad morals could guide your life down the drain, while having good morals could guide your life minute by minute towards noble goals. Oh, I'm going to lose my copy and paste. Hold on. Back up. Pause. Integrity is also very important. Having bad integrity could make you non-trustworthy to others. Having good integrity would make you very trustworthy. Knowing how important they are, you should always have good or even better character. I'm going to copy this section and get it put into place so we can continue to use it. And since we kind of know it's from a different section in Bartleby, I'll just make a little space. So it's really just morals and integrity would be the end of that. So we've just gotten a lot of good explanations, solid information here that we've borrowed from this article. If I click show more, I don't know if it, yeah, I think it just takes me back to there. So we can be done with that from now. So bartleby.com has now given us a little bit of background information, and so has this answers.com. It's given us these ideas of integrity, of honesty, of value, and how we show them. So someone could only show their own values, which are important to themselves. When we go back up to these characters and we start to think of them, Harry Potter could show his values. His values were trying to bring together a sense of family because he was an orphan. He also wanted to help avenge his parents' death. He didn't understand why that had happened. So we saw that through his actions throughout the books. Dumbledore's character, we know that he is wise. People really love him. They love him because he's honest and fair in what he does. He's not always perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be lovable. But he does have a lot of honesty and integrity, and we know he does things in order to pursue the greater good. Now, Severus Snape is a character who is very morally ambiguous in Harry Potter, at least appears to be to others. And they don't necessarily early on catch him doing bad things, but of course later on he represents the bad part of society, and of course he's working as a double agent. So his character truly was who he was in the dark, because to the rest of the world he actually showed a pretty bad character at times. And then truly behind closed doors, though, we knew what he was doing for the greater good, and he had to trust his own judgment of who he is. So to me, character is what you are in the dark really means when we trust our own judgment of why we made the decisions we made. When we can sit down in our darkest moment and say, I didn't do that to be petty. I didn't do that to be hurtful. I did that action for the greater good. I think that's what character is. And I think that will end up being the focus of our essay. So I'm just going to kind of write that idea down here. And again, I'm going to change the color. I don't want it to be red because that's obnoxious, but I like this brownie gold color. Character is when you can sit with yourself in your darkest moments and know the actions you have taken were the best possible choices you could make for the greater good. So I really like that idea. That's kind of almost becoming a thesis right now. I haven't started to talk about Severus Snape yet, but I'm getting kind of closer to that. So I feel like we made pretty good progress today, and I'm going to go ahead and stop there. You could always try and Google some of those other things if you're struggling for more to say about this essay or about that quote. But remember to kind of let your brain cook on it a day or two also. You know, you don't have to do it all right away. So I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope everybody is staying healthy and well. And I will see you next week with our next installment of our ELA 9B essay in regards to characters who we are in the dark. See ya.